for those of you followed with the test 1, this is the test 2 video, but on this video I'm not going to be explaining things that much. I'll just be going straight to the point. Okay, now the first tax here is GQ. The first tax is GQ. So now just like how we were rating the test 1, we just have to follow this step by step before we go to a final conclusion. But I've saved the video here so that we can make reference and understand what we are doing. Okay, so with the query, it's called GQ. Now with the GQ, let's search for the GQ and see if it's a real application before we read. Okay, so the GQ is actually a clothing website, clothing brand per se. So let's search if it has an application. Okay, so the GQ is having an application, which is the same spelling GQ, so meaning that it's not a spelling issue, and then it's an app navigational. So here we select app navigational, and then in the category, as I said, you go to the application, scroll down to the description block, the information block. Okay, and then there you will find there you find a category. So it says lifestyle, so here you look for lifestyle, select it, the language is English, and then it is correctly spelled GQ. Okay, so we don't have any problem here. So let's move, and we need to get 90% based on the previous one we did. We have 85, which is low. So this one we should make sure we make an improvement to make sure we don't make similar mistakes. Okay, so this query is HP Smart App. So let's search for it. Okay, now we have it, HP Smart here, so meaning that it's an application. So let's open it. Sorry for the delay, I think it's from the RDP. The RDP is kind of slow, that's why I have the delay. So now the application here is HP Smart. So if you just ignore the app, you know that it's just HP Smart you are looking for. Now if you go to the previous example, the previous test that we did, if anything that has app at the end, the app is not included. It's just the name, that's the band name. So as you can see here, we made, after rating, we got everything correct here. So there's no challenge at that point. Now let's get back to the baseline. Now this one is a app navigational because the application was made by the HP industry, so I think it's not a developer tool. Now rather it's a app navigational. So we check the category just like how you're doing it. You scroll down, you check the category is productivity. Come here, look for its productivity. Now what is the language of the query? Is English. And then is the query spelled correctly? Yes. And if misspelled, what is the correct spelling of the query? We skip that one. So we check the spelling again, HP Smart App, and here we have HP Smart. So I think there is no issue with the spelling, because the reason why I'm checking the spelling is because if you go to the previous test that we did, we had a spelling issue around here. Here you see it was H and R block. Okay, now we chose that the spelling was wrong whilst it was correct, so we had a spelling issue here. And another one to think, yeah, this one we had the spelling issue. It was red notes, not red notes. You understand me? So we have to check here too and then see if the spellings are correct. So based on what I'm looking, everything is correct and intact. So now the next. So this one is a story graph. So let's search and see if story graph is indeed an application, app navigational or dev navigational. So let's see App Store. So story graph reading tracker on App Store, story graph apps on App Store. So it's making me to think that this thing can be a developer navigational. Yeah, so let's click on this. Yes, so based on what I'm seeing, I can say that this is a developer navigational. Okay, and if you click on this, you only have one application. That's this one. Okay, it only has one application. So based on that, let's go to the examples that we the test, and let's see those ones that we rated app developer. Okay, so the developer navigational. So AT&T was a developer navigational. We got it correct. Just had the category wrong, but the dev navigational was correct. Now let's scroll down and see something. I'm still looking for any developer navigational that we had wrong, so that we can use that to at least understand what we missed. Okay, so here it was dev navigational and I chose app navigational. So let's click on it and let's see why we got that wrong. Okay, so we saw actress and basically the same as the story graph. Okay, now let's go to Google and then let's see if they are very similar, because if you don't take care, you're going to think it is app navigation. Meanwhile, it can be so just like the actress, it has actress apps on App Store, meaning that it's a developer. And then you see including actress TV, actress field. You understand? So if you go to this graph, story graph, we had a similar results. So just bear with me. You can see here it says the story graph apps on App Store. Yes, this is a developer, and then it has the story graph reading tracker. So similarly compared to the actress, so we can say that this one is a what? It's a developer, a dev navigational. Okay, yes. Now the category, let's so let me close this one so that let me go back. Okay, good. So now you have only this, and let's open one of the applications. I think it only has one application, so I'm thinking if it only has one application, is it app navigational or dev navigational? Let's go to the guidelines. So in the guidelines, if you go to dev navigational, let's read through and see what it said. No. Okay, so it will be in app navigational. Okay, so the query with both app navigational and dev navigational instead should be classified as app navigational only if the developer has one app. And then in this one we saw that the developer has only one app. Sorry. So if you click on this, you can see that the developer has only one application. This is it. So we can conclude that it's an what is app navigational. If we are wrong, it will correct us. So there's no wrong in getting it wrong. Okay, so let's go to the application, though that only one application, and then let's check the category. Category is books. And what is the language of the query? It's English. Now let's check the spelling again and see if we are wrong. Story graph. So it's correct. You don't have any issue. Yes. So the category was books. Let's go. So this one too is Ivy. So let's see if there's an application called Ivy Club. Ivy. Okay, I think there's a company called Ivy. Now let's search for the Ivy App Store. So what we see here is Total Ivy, which is a VPN. So from what I'm seeing, meaning that AV itself is a broad query, meaning it can give you broad answers. Okay, see this one too has Total AV, which is a VPN. Let's still look through. So to conclude this, let's open App Store, copy the query. Okay, copy the query, go to search, and if it's the primary or the dominant resource will be used, okay, which will make it what so let's go to find on store. Okay, so there's no specific AV app, meaning that the query is what unambiguous or ambiguous. So the query is ambiguous, the intent is unclear. Okay, so let's go to Google app and let's see. So AV2 avatar word, AV. See, there are a lot of applications with what AV. Now, so this is not ambiguous. Okay, it's the intent is clear. At least we know what we're searching for. Now before you rate it, let's go back to the test one and let's see what we have there. The reason I'm making this video, I just want to explain the things for you to understand at the lowest level. I have answers. I could have used my answers to make everything 100% for you, but no, I'm just helping you to learn how you can think and then rate, so not just using the answers. So if you see any shots, so actually this one there was no shots. Okay, all S was. So when we went to this one too, when we went to App Store, we didn't see any corresponding application. Okay, so you see this one, but with this one, AV has applications named AV. You see AV. You understand? So meaning that this one is functional. It's functional. It is not ambitious. So let's go to the functional and then let's try to read through and understand. So here, yes, they have examples here. So it's functional, and then we choose the dominant results. Okay, any dominant results in the dominant results are the ones with higher ratings. Okay, higher ratings. So here, when we went to App Store, we didn't see anything AV. Okay, see AV. So again, let's search again. I just want you plus myself to understand what we are doing before we rate it. Okay, yeah, I'm also learning, just like the way I'm teaching you. I'm also learning. So here, App Store gave us an application called Total AV. So let's use this application. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is we are going to go through the guidelines again to check and be sure of what you are choosing. So for functional queries, that's under what category of the app the user is looking for. Okay, so if you look for the functional queries, for functional queries where the intent can fall into multiple categories, please check the query in the App Store and select the most dominant query for those apps. For example, Bible is a functional query, and the Bible apps can fall into reference, utilities, or even books. Okay, so let's go to the AV, the App Store. Okay, now if you go to App Store and then you search for AV, supposed to get applications that has the name AV. So yeah, it says there's no application called AV in App Store. So we should go back and then check our rating, and then I think that this would probably be, because when you go to Google Play, it has a lot of applications called AV. Okay, that does not mean that it should be the same case for App Store. Okay, now for me, I'll choose ambiguous or it's unclear. Okay, and then choose others. I know it might be wrong, but just for my understanding, okay, I'm just trying to explain things to you. I'm not using answers. So let's go to the next one, house building games. So it's looking for a category or a broad number of games that has a function, house building. So this one is a clear function. And then if you want to get there, it's just games. Okay, games, and the query is English and the spellings are correct. Let's check again, house building games. So everything is okay, so we move to the next one, singing games. So meaning that the correct so meaning that this query is having spelling issue. It's supposed to be singing games, not singing games. But although in general it's a functional query, and then the category is games and the language is English, but the spelling is wrong because it's supposed to be singing, not singing. So this is the correct, yeah. And then if you go here, if misspelled, what's the correct spelling, and then you just give it to us, singing games, then we are done. And let's move to the next one, the on-track delivery. So let's go to App Store to see if it's an app navigational. So on track, on route on the App Store, so which means it can be a developer. Okay, so it's a laser ship, that's the developer name, and the on track, on route. The query again is on track delivery. So the delivery in it could be like what they do, okay, but the real application is on track. So let's search for it. Okay, so it's a delivery app. So the application name is on track. Okay, so clearly it's what, app navigational, because there's only one on track company. So on track on App Store, so it's a business or productivity. That's the category. The category sometimes it appears under the link. So this is the on track. So the first one is on track technologies, and then the second one is on track one route, and then it says on track delivery, meaning that it requires a delivery app, but the first one is not a delivery app. It's like a the on track app is historic one-step solution for sports and entertainment. No, but the query says delivery, so meaning that is this one. Okay, this one. So it's looking for app navigational, and then if you go to the delivery app, the category is business. Let me go to Play Store and see. Okay, good. On track one route, on track tracking, on track driving. on track. So that's it. Yeah, so on track delivery. Category was business. English language was correct. Let's go. Logo maker. So if there's no application called logo maker, then it's a functional, because functional is the one that looks for a lot of applications. It doesn't have any specific applications. So logo maker. So let's go to App Store. Let's see if there's a specific app called logo maker. So there's an application here called logo maker. Logo maker design creator. Good. So in here we could see that logo maker does not have one specific application. So basically it's a function. Okay, it's not app navigational, it's a function, and we will look for the dominant one, the most dominant intent. So to me, I would say Canva is very dominant, like it's popular too. I don't know of the other ones. This one has 12.1k rating. Okay, so let's go back and then check the others and see if other ones have more than what Canva is having. So this one says logo maker is 8.12k. The second one is 12.1, so meaning that the first one is very popular, it has a lot of reviews. And let's check the third one. It has 99. Okay, so all of these applications have one category to make logo, and basically designs is for graphic and design, because all the applications are titled logo makers. Okay, so graphic and design. The language is English, and then it's correct. The spellings are correct. So that's all. Let's move to the next. Paper lead. Sorry if I made a mistake with the pronunciation. So paper please was what we got. So meaning that the application is called paper please, not lead, meaning that there's an error with the spelling. So let's copy this. Paper please is an application on App Store. This is it. So whilst you are rating, you need to be mindful of the spelling. It's very important because they ask you of it. And so this one is app navigational. So let's see if it's a okay. So this is the developer name, which is not matching the query. So and it's a video game. I think it's a video game, and so based on the information, it's called games. Category is games, and language is English, but the spelling is wrong. and then you give it the new spelling, which is the papers please. So save, and then let's move on. Backtrack. Let's search for backtrack. Maybe it might be a company, but let's still search. What is backtrack? Okay, they build technologies. I mean, they build devices. So it said backtrack makes it easier to measure a person's blood alcohol content. Okay. So then if they have the device, then surely they will have an application in order to help it run the device. I don't know. So let's look for camera. Good. Backtrack application. So this is it. It has a low rating, but that's what we are looking for. So the spelling is BACTRACK. That's correct, and it's what's leading to a specific application, which makes it app navigational. Now let's go and check for the category. Category is health and fitness. Now what is the language of this query? English. Spelling was correct. Let's move on. Catapult. It might be an application. Yeah, surely it's an application. Catapult for shippers. Now let's check the app and see if it is a developer name or the shop, the company name. Good. So now both of this, the developer is called Catapult, and then the shop is also called Catapult. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to check if the developer has only one application assigned to it. If it is multiple applications, then it will be developer, but if it has only one application, then it's the what application. So based on what we are seeing here, it's only one application that they have. Okay, they only have one application. So basically it could be you rate it as app navigational, not developer navigational. So in the guidelines, when we go to app navigational, we will see that explanation here. So note, a query with both app navigational and dev navigational intent should be classified as app navigational only if that developer has one canonical app associated with them, or has only one app. Okay, so if they have multiple apps, then that one you rate it as developer or navigational. So in here it said canonical could be described as the single app by a developer that is most established, well known, and widely recognized. For example, Amazon has a canonical app, Amazon Shopping, okay, and has the classification of Amazon in app navigational. So let's see what they are saying. Let's just try to understand. I just want everybody to understand the video you are watching, so that you not get lost whilst you are rating. So Amazon Shopping, okay, Amazon Mobile LLC. So if you click on this, Amazon has a lot of applications under here. So this one cannot be app navigational, it can be dev navigational, because when the user looks for this, it should tell you that the user is looking for what? Dev navigational. But when the user looks for Amazon, to be specific, he looks for Amazon, then this resource is what? Is app navigational. So let's read. down here it says hence the classification of Amazon is app navigational. Note that Amazon Mobile LLC has 20 plus offer or official apps listed there, but there is only one canonical app associated with the query Amazon. So do you understand? What I'm trying to say is that if the user is looking for Amazon, you only get this, okay, you only get this. But if the user is looking for Amazon Mobile LLC, it has 20 plus applications under it, so that one you can't rate it as app navigational. Okay, then simple as that. So what we have here has only one. Again, to make you understand, let's go to the test one. We had the similar query there, and that one was, I think that one was div. Okay, this one div navigational. This one was only having only one application under it. Let's look at it. So if you open this one and you go to Google, if you go to Google and then you check then if you open it, you will see that it has only, okay, so this one has a lot of applications under it. Okay, it has a lot of applications under it. So with this one we have to give it div developer navigational. So you see it, we chose app navigational and it was wrong because it had multiple applications under it. You understand? So basically that's it. The understanding is very clear. So with this one, it has only one application under it, so we give it app navigational. And then let's check the category is what? Finance. So finance, language is English, spelling is correct. Let's check again. KATA, good, it's correct. So that's it. Let's move to the next one. Palm Village. Let's search on Google. So okay, it's actually, I think it's a tourist attraction or tourist attraction, but let's see if it has an application. App Store. Good. So right here we could see that it says Palm Village. Okay, and then the developer is Center for Apply, so it's not a developer navigational, it's what? App navigational. So let's look for the category, which is health and fitness. Language in English. Let's check if it's having any wrong. Village. Okay, yeah, village. Yes, it's correct. To the next one. Fan base. No. Okay. Okay, it's an application. Fan base. Okay, so let's see. Fan base App Store. Fan base media. Okay, now both the developer and then the title has the same name. So now let's check the fan base and then let's see how many apps. Only one app. So basically it's what? App navigational. This is simple. Okay, this is simple. And social networking. So app navigational, social networking, English is correctly spelled. So let's move on. Citizenship. Citizenship. Okay, let's see. So we don't know if this one is an application, but let's look for it. It could be a general query looking for various applications just called citizenship. Okay. So this one, I think is this. It's only this. Okay. If it's not only this, let's search for it on App Store and see. So if you go to the search and then you input citizenship, you're going to see the various applications that correspond with the query. Then we'll know that this particular one is what the application we are looking for. So you can see there are a lot of applications called citizenship. It doesn't have only one application. So basically this is what a functional, because they're looking for applications that have citizenship function in it. So same to App Store, citizenship is plain. There's not only one application. So I'll choose functional and you choose the most dominant one, the most dominant of them all. That's the most popular one is this one. Besides, at least if you choose one, it applies to all. So it's what? Education. English, and it's well spelled. So let's move on to the next one. Like. Okay, so let's see this. If there's only one application called like. So like app. So the most dominant one that came was likey. Okay, it wasn't specific. Like, I don't know if it's navigational and the spelling is wrong. Okay, because it can be that way, that the query is correct, but the spelling is wrong. Okay, so for me, I'll say that the spelling is wrong. It's not the query that the query is not functional. It's not functional. It's app navigational, but the spelling is wrong. So this one we could say likey is photo and video. Language is English, and then the query was spelled wrong. So it's not like, it's likey. But let's just check again and see something. I just want to see something, because some queries like this are very tricky, so you need to have a concrete understanding of what you are choosing. So we just use like, and let's see. Okay, good. So you see that when we search for like, the first one that came was likey. The second one is Instagram, which does not link with the name. Okay, the third one is TikTok, which does not also link with the name. The third one, it has the name there, but it's not that dominant. So for me, I'll say likey is a preferred application. So it's what? It's an app navigational, but the spellings are all wrong. So let's move on. Watch Faces. So Watch Faces is an application on App Store and then Play Store. So let's open it. Watch Faces by Facer. So it's app navigational. Watch Faces, it has an S, so it's app navigational. So let's see the category of watch faces. It's lifestyle. So English, and then the spelling is correctly spelled. Go to the next one. Yellow Pages. Yellow Pages is like a social media, I think so. Yeah, so you see a yellow YP, Yellow Pages App Store. So YP Yellow Pages App Store. Okay, so we are right. Now let's look for the travel application, app navigational, travel language English, spelling correct. Yellow Pages again. Yellow Pages. Okay, so mean that you couldn't send is app navigational, travel English. Yes. TradingView is an application. I know of that. Yeah, TradingView App Store to be a finance application for the category. Yes, TradingView. Okay, good. Now this one also has two intents. One is the developer navigation, and then two is the app navigation. So let's click on the developer navigation and see it has only one application. So it's what? Automatically app navigation. Sorry, app navigation now. Sorry. And then the category, if you scroll down, the category is finance. Category is finance. Okay, so please I think if you are watching the video and then you recognize that some of the tags has been skipped, like from 8 to 5, meaning that when I was recording it has a limit, 30 minutes recording limit. Okay, so if I don't abide with this limit, it will cut off, and sometimes when it cuts off I don't see it, so I just keep on doing it. Before I realize I've done about 2 before I realize that I need to record the current one. So please bear with me. If you're having any issue with the ones that I was not able to cover, just comment it down. I'll send you the answers. Okay, comment it down, I'll send you the answers. Let's move on now. There's this particular one is lemon, so let's search for it. Lemon, not the fruit lemon app. There's an application called Lemon. I know it, I've seen it before. So it said lemon 8, so we are having a spelling issue here. So the remaining one is the 8 attached to 8. Now let's go to Lemon App Store. Okay, So Lemon 8 App Store. So okay, this now, it was made by TikTok. I never knew that TikTok had an application, another application called Lemon. So just as we were doing, let me close this one so that our tabs will be small. So it's an app navigational, and then Lemon, I think, is a social networking application. Yeah, I think so. Okay, lifestyle, and the language is English. Spelling is wrong. The spelling should be Lemon 8, not only Lemon. So if the spelling is wrong, Lemon 8. The next one, you should be done by now. Zebra Enhanced Pro. So I think this one is an application. Zebra hearing. Okay, and then it's called Enhanced Pro. Okay, maybe there's an application that's called that. So let's search App Store. App Store. Okay, so it's there. Zebra Enhanced Pro. So it's there as app navigational. And let's look for the category. It says medical. The language is English. The query, yes. Let's see. Zebra Enhanced Pro. So there's no spacing error, so it's correct. The spelling is correct. So save. Next, link box. Let's search for it. Link box. Okay, so you see it's even here. So actually it's an application. Link box, the same thing. App navigational. Category, you go to the application, go to the information block, and it's what productivity here. Now what is the language? Is English. And let's check the spelling. Link box, the same thing. So yes, I'm having high hopes that we are going to pass this part 2, productivity. Language English, spelling is correct. Next, Humana military. Okay, military. So App Store, Humana military App Store. So it has only one application. That's the Tree Care. That's the only application it has. So as we're saying, any developer that has only one application under their name is app navigational. But with this one, the name is different. You understand? If the name should have been Humana military and then the developer will be Humana military, then both of them will be app navigational. But in this case, the name is different from the query, so the only answer is div navigational. Yes, div navigational. Just take note. And the application is medical. Okay, so we've not actually thought of that. Like, if the developer side, how are you going to rate the category? let's go to functional. So I'm just trying to look through and find how we are going to rate a developer query. Okay, for developer queries, if the developer has apps in multiple categories, please choose the primary category of the developer. For example, Google developer query. Although Google has utilities. No, this is the category talking about. Yeah, so they say we should choose their dominant. So that's, we are correct. You should just choose their application they built and then their category. Language is English. Spelling is Humana Military. Yes, so spelling is correct. So remaining with one. If, let's see if there's an application called If. It's actually a movie, but let's see if there's an application called If. Okay, so there's no application called If. There's no application called If. Let's check App Store. Okay, there are a couple of applications called If in Google Play Store, but with App Store there's no application called If. So basically I'll just let's check the guidelines. Okay, and let's check the samples that you did. You just have to be sure, because I don't want you to be choosing anything anyhow. This one was door, and then with this one, when we search on Play Store, it was having door, but it wasn't clear. The intent was not clear. Why? Because when we went to App Store, we didn't see an application called door, so it is ambiguous, please. And since it's ambiguous, the category is others. Since it's ambiguous, the category is others. Language is correct, just If. And the spelling too is correct. So let's see our mark. Yes, so we passed. Congratulations to anybody who followed from head to from A to Z. Okay, so we've successfully done everything correctly, but I think we got some wrongs here. So let's check through. Catapults, it was a shopping, not finance. Yeah, it was a shopping, not finance. Okay, and the likey, it was ambiguous. Wow, that's interesting. And then it was others, and spelling was wrong. The spelling was correct, so you overthinked here. The lemon too, the spelling was correct. Okay, as well. And here we made a mistake with the utilities. It's supposed to be utilities, not social networking. The reason why I got this wrong, because it was having a lot of applications, so you didn't know where to choose from. So I'll be saving all these answers down, so if anybody needs it, contact me. I'll add my WhatsApp to the description of the video, so that anyone who needs these answers would call me for it. Okay, so once again, thank you guys for joining, and I'll be posting a lot of Crowdgen project walls answers. Yeah, I'll be working on a lot of them, so please make sure you follow this channel, turn on notifications so that you get an alert of any video that I'll make. And then you have to join my groups, because I'll be posting the link to my group members, and they will have first access to what's the answers. So please make sure you follow the channel, you like, subscribe, and then if you're having any issue whilst you are following up, please feel free to comment it down so that when I'm reading through, I can help you. So once again, thank you for watching. Have a good day.